Hello ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a special video today. A bit of an unusual one. It's not technically survival news, but it is to do with streaming and it does affect me, well, maybe not that much. I am a Mixer partner. You wouldn't know that because I haven't really been actually streaming for a while now. Ever since the COVID-19 stuff kicked in, I found it hard getting the stream times that I want because I've been fighting with other family members for broadband, and the timing of it means that during the day, other family members are kind of always around when I want to stream. Hence why I've not actually been streaming much, where I would usually stream at least 3, maybe 4 times a week on YouTube or occasionally on Mixer. Now I got offered partner statusship on Mixer a good while ago. I sent them an email saying that I'd like to maybe start streaming, and I like the idea of Mixer. It felt like it was a much fresher experience and maybe more chance to grow. But Mixer's had substantial issues, in fact problems for years now, and it's not been able to turn it around despite their big money moves to some of the biggest Twitch streamers going. So what's gone down? This is the statement. It's shutting down Mixer, will now partner with Facebook Gaming. And this is happening on July the 22nd. Cue a bunch of salty tears from a hell of a lot of Mixed streamers. Pretty much all partners on Mixer are supposedly going to be offered the same similar sort of program for Facebook Gaming. Otherwise, you'll be free to go where you want. So as I was recording this video, I did get the final email that a lot of people have been receiving. Hi JPG, you've probably heard that news that Mixer will be transitioning the community and Mixer brand to Facebook Gaming. We want to thank you so much for the hard work and amazing talent that you've dedicated to building the Mixer community. We understand this is a surprise and want to make the next steps as easy as possible. I'll get all my payments made to me by July 22nd. It ain't much, like zero. Like I said, I've really not been streaming on Mixer at all. I think the last stream I did was a scrap mechanic stream. It says here that Facebook Gaming are going to be holding town hall sessions. This is pretty much question and answer stuff they used to have in their Discord. They ended up shutting their Discord down a good few months ago as well, which was an unusual step. And supposedly I can still go ahead and email my partner manager if I've got any other questions. All the vlogs, all the stuff that I have up there will all be gone. And that is pretty much it. Mixer really did have some good stuff. You got stickers that you could give to streamers. You don't always have to actually have real money to show support, and there's all sorts of things you could do that, and the streamers themselves could custom make their own stickers. So again, it was like emotes and stuff that you can put in chat, and it was all pretty cool. The latency was great, having that real-time interaction, no delay whatsoever. That was pretty cool too. So it looks like we may see Ninja back on Twitch, King Goliath, or even Shroud. They could possibly all return to Twitch despite signing multi-million-pound dollar deals. It says here, existing Mixer partners, those with outstanding Ember balances, channel subscriptions or Mixer Pro subscriptions will receive Xbox gift card credit. Existing Mixer partners will be granted partner status with Facebook Gaming, and streamers using the Mixer monetized program will be able to start using Facebook's Level Up program instantly. I have never touched a Facebook stream in my life. Can anyone say they actually watch Facebook Gaming? Let me know in the comment section. Microsoft is stating that Project xCloud was a big factor in the decision, and it will look to debut click-to-play scenarios within the Facebook Gaming and Instagram communities. Obviously, Microsoft have realised that they just cannot compete with the might of Twitch, mainly because Twitch does have the backing of Amazon. Amazon doesn't really have a social network, but Twitch has become its own social network, much in part because of the way that you can use your Amazon Prime. And there's nothing like that for Xbox or Microsoft. When you want to support a streamer, if you do want to subscribe to them, it's going to cost you £6. But don't underestimate how much of an impact Amazon Prime is for a lot of people supporting their favourite streamers on Twitch. And there's just no equivalent. I always thought they should have maybe gave a free subscription to anyone that had an Xbox Live account. I thought that would have been a great way to cement Xbox and Microsoft's partnership with Mixer and really get that ecosystem in there. It's big money. Big companies like these, the gaming companies, they want you in their ecosystem as much as possible. Hence why Microsoft is putting so much into their Games Pass rather than maybe trying to make the best and biggest blockbusters all the time. You win that one, Sony. You win. If we go on right now, you will see a hell of a lot of Mixer people upset. And generally, I feel sorry for them. I may be slightly saying this with a wry smile, only because I actually stopped even giving a monkeys about Mixer a good few weeks ago. In fact, over a month ago, I found out some percentage stats, and it just showed how lack of investment, how much money wasn't being put into Mixer, how much of a failure it was. For sure, there's going to be a lot of streamers, a lot of people that moved, jumped over, made these big statements to their Twitch fans, or other sites like Facebook and YouTube, to maybe go over to Mixer, and now are left in the kind of position where they don't know where they're going to be going next, and they could be losing their livelihoods, they could be losing their jobs. But Mixer really has been just an absolute shit show. Even right now, the best it can muster is 17,500. In fact, that's probably the best it's ever had for web shows. And only 7,000 people watching a Fortnite stream. I think I've seen some stats where Ninja rarely struggles to get past sort of 10k viewers. And from going from when he had like 30k on Twitch. Now, I'm not into the whole Twitch sphere. I don't really watch that many streamers. I know a couple of ARC streamers, I know a couple of Conan ones, and I know some of the big names from games that play a lot of first-person shooters because I quite like some of them. But I didn't give a monkeys. I wouldn't give a monkeys where they streamed as long as they were probably streaming if that was my favourite streamer. This was the moment that I realised pretty much Mixer was dead. And for a while I had been trying to invest a little bit in Mixer. I was doing more streams on Mixer, not always advertising it on my YouTube page, but I was definitely on there trying to build something up, and I'd managed to get like 500 followers, but it was something that I just didn't really maintain because so much of my content is based on YouTube. Pretty much due to the COVID-19 situation, lots of people have been turning to live streams of gamers and etc. Other people doing whatever they do, vlogging. This article from, I do believe it's Streamlabs in partnership or Stream Elements with Arsenal GG, showed that Mixer only had a 0.2% growth for the whole year, April 2019 to April 2020. Right in the middle, or very, I would say, beginning stages, but when everyone kind of was at home during lockdown. And just look at the way that Facebook has grown. 238%. YouTube gaming 65%, Twitch 101% growth. Overall it's 100% growth nearly, 99%, yet that is a damning statistic. No one's been watching Mixer in the last year. Despite the huge amount of money that Microsoft paid for Ninja and Shroud to come over to Mixer, pretty much it didn't affect Twitch viewership, and it only pretty much meant that they had reliable viewers, but then viewers weren't going to other channels. Mixer has been in trouble for a long time. The actual founders and CEOs of the company recently departed a few months ago. Now there's been a couple of them that owned the platform, I do believe, but it was like the final part of that team that originally started Mixer back when it was known as Beam. But that is now all gone. Microsoft are, I guess, willing to just get rid of $30 million worth that they paid to Ninja, and I guess nearly as much for maybe Shroud, and a whole host of other streamers. I only wish I never got some money. Come on, why didn't you give me some cash, Mixer? So yeah, ever since that report came out, I looked into things and I realised I wasn't missing much, maybe not struggling to put out as many streams on Mixer. Now the biggest statement here says they needed more time to scale up, they didn't really have it as quickly as possible, and it does look like they've made a deal with the devil, Facebook and Microsoft in partnership. It's got considerable clout. Facebook has revamped their gaming sites. They have produced their own gaming app service now. So you can watch a dedicated gaming program or whatever you want on the gaming website, on the gaming app. Again, something Mixer struggled to do. Lots of people having problems trying to watch it on a phone in a dedicated app. Lots of problems with the streams just not working very well. Maintenance for it just being down the pan a lot of the time. And just umpteenth problems is the feedback. In the last few weeks I've seen time and time again lots of Mixer partners are quitting and saying they're joining over. And I'm pretty sure some of these big names probably heard about this but have kept it to themselves, hence why they moved to Twitch and other platforms a few weeks ago. So Facebook Gaming has some level up program, who knows, maybe I'll give it a try. I fucking hate Facebook though. Like, I hate Facebook with a passion. I have a Facebook, I use it to communicate to my mum. It's got some pictures from like 15 years ago. Alright, tell a lie, it's probably got more than that, but it's definitely not the social media I like to use. It really is for your gran and granddad, and maybe some weird, really insular art community groups. I'm joking. I'm sure there's lots of people out there that love Facebook. You do you, but it's definitely not been my social media platform for the last sort of 5 to 6 years. Crazy stuff, and probably just in time as well. Microsoft were about to come under a barrage of fire, much like a lot of streaming platforms, including Twitch. A Mixer employee has gave a tale of how he was racially discriminated against by a Mixer manager, and pretty much the higher management never took notice of this, never did anything about it, and kind of just let him basically quit. After a year or so of legal battles, they deemed that his experience was okay, and they were found not guilty. Now Millie, otherwise known as Millen K. Lee, writ a big post describing what happened, and even had Phil Spencer, the actual head of Xbox Gaming, organise some sort of meeting with him. This all broke out pretty much yesterday, so it was definitely another thing that was going to be pretty much negative. Although let's fair to say, one manager being racist and maybe upper management not backing it up, I don't think is the sole cause. But it sure looks like it's added to the weight a little bit of Mixer's downfall. On top of that, Twitch is under fire too. If you've missed this over the weekend, an important movement has arisen. Lots of victims of sexual abuse and just creepiness by lots of prominent streamers. But in the social circles of Twitch and the big stuff, it is huge news. There has been some big names allegedly being accused of all sorts of stuff, up to and including rape. Including Tom Syndicate, aka Pro Syndicate, one of the biggest streamers and personalities that's been around the scene for years. Rode the coattails of Minecraft's popularity, shot him to massive fame, and he has been accused by 2 people. So pretty much turns out he's an alleged scumbag. So I really do hope if that goes further, or at least until it's actually come out in court or anything, he's suspended from his platforms, as should all these peoples and streamers. Say no to Rage, apparently a prominent Destiny streamer. I've never heard of him. I like Destiny. I could maybe name a couple streamers. He has been accused en masse by a number of people, saying that he's made them feel pretty horrible about themselves by being creepy, making untoward advances, and a hell of a lot more. And it goes on and on, but they're probably the 2 biggest names that I could think of. I've been watching some of this pretty much with horrific interest. For sure, the culture of streamers and gamers and the stuff that goes on around them has definitely gone a bit unchecked and under the radar. So hopefully all these brave women that are coming forward with their stories will hopefully get some sort of justice or closure. With its conventions and all sorts where pretty much alcohol has been freely available, and there really hasn't been a lot of condemnation for people that have been proven to have been sexual abusers in the past, as well as a bunch of other stuff that's gone down that just really isn't very savoury. It looks like a lot of these companies have been very complicit and just not taken enough action. So Twitch is in the pretty much limelight because of that. So it's still got problems it's got to maybe address before it takes another influx of Mixer refugees. So yeah, if you've been watching your favourite Mixer streamers, maybe getting into it, well, they're all going to be going probably back to Twitch. I can't really see them going to Facebook unless Facebook really do reach out with multi-million-pound deals again. These guys have pretty much been in the best position available, absolutely making millions from Mixer. Now their contracts have probably been torn up and they've been given a substantial amount of money to compensate. I can't imagine any of them will actually receive the full amount. I'm sure it was all tied to completed years, etc. But they still would have made a bunch of money, and now they can free to go and carry on making even more money on another platform. It's a very strange time. I assumed that Microsoft were maybe gearing up to retry and launch Mixer. With the new console coming in, I imagined they were going to do some promo for all of their partners, maybe give everyone access to a new console, and obviously with the new games coming in, it's probably a good time to try and sell your streaming platform. But unfortunately, that's not going to be happening now. It's all gone. Microsoft have seemingly done a deal with Facebook. If you're a Mixer streamer, let me know how you're feeling. It must be pretty shit if this has literally been your existence and it has been your main job. As I said, I'm lucky enough, well, I've made my sort of stage on YouTube. Streaming has just been something I've been trying to get going as a backup, just in case YouTube ever goes down the barn. But nevertheless, I think it's pretty big news and it's pretty interesting stuff. And I love the politics and the other side of this kind of thing with YouTube and Twitch and Mixer. So yeah, I will no longer be a Mixer partner. I probably won't be a Facebook partner, and I probably will try and revive my Twitch account if I can remember my bloody login, because I swapped phones and I've totally blocked myself out. I do like streaming. I will be back to it soon. I just need to find a time that suits the rest of my family. and try and find a way that I'm not doing 2 or 3 videos a day on YouTube, so I can spend a bit of time just streaming. Go follow me on Twitch, the link will be in the description box down below. Good luck to everyone else that's on Mixer, and rejoice, you won't have to argue with anyone now because you want to go and watch Shroud or Ninja. You can go ahead and ask Granny if you can log in on her Facebook. Until next time, Ratbags, laters.